Okay, students, today we will discuss important points on Gauss law. What we will discuss today? Today we will discuss important points on Gauss law. Okay, let us see. The first point, important points on Gauss law. What is the first point? Gauss law is applicable for any closed surface of any shape or size. What is Gauss law? See the first point. Gauss law is applicable for any closed surface of any shape and size. It may be a regular or it may be a irregular shape, but the condition is what? It should be a closed surface. The second point, Gauss law is applicable if the charge may be anywhere inside the Gaussian surface. Anywhere. Gauss law is whatever Q you are seeing. See, in Gauss law you are seeing one phi is equal to Q divided by epsilon naught. Phi is equal to Q divided by epsilon naught. This Q is for inside the Gaussian surface. ये जो Q है, ये Q, the charge should present inside a Gaussian surface. यहाँ पे जो Q देख रहे हैं, that the charge should present inside the Gaussian surface. Gauss law is applicable if the charge may be anywhere inside the Gaussian surface. The third point, Gauss law is applicable for both stationary and moving charges. Gauss law is applicable for charges may be at rest or charges may be in motion, where present on a Gaussian surface. Fourth point, in the Gauss law, the term Q represents only the total charge inside the closed surface. The charges situated outside the closed surface are not considered. Here, whatever Q you are seeing, this Q represents only enclosing the surface. Enclosing the surface. जो चार्जेस गॉसियन सरफेस के ऊपर प्रेजेंट है दैट ओनली कंसिडर्ड, नॉट आउटसाइड. गॉसियन सरफेस के ऊपर जो चार्जेस प्रेजेंट है दैट थिंग ओनली कंसिडर्ड. नेक्स्ट, फिफ्थ, Gauss law is used most commonly for symmetric charge configurations. Gauss law is used most commonly for symmetric charge configurations. Symmetric. What is meant by symmetric? Similarity. Which regular bodies are similarity? Cylindrical surfaces or spherical surfaces. While applying Gauss law in a bodies, just like cylindrical or cylindrical bodies or what you call spherical surfaces, there we can apply Gauss law very easily. Symmetric. Gauss law is used most commonly for symmetric charge configurations. Why symmetric configurations? Our simplification becomes very easy. That's why we are choosing symmetrical configuration. Symmetrical configurations means maybe cylindrical configuration or charges are distributed in cylindrical or spherical configurations. Okay, that's why their Gauss law simplification is very easy. Gauss law is used most commonly for symmetric charge configurations. Next one, Gauss law is based on inverse square law. Gauss law is based on inverse square law. Who else based on inverse square law? Our Coulomb's law is also based on inverse square law. Who else based? Coulomb's, in whatever we discussed in previous classes, Coulomb's law is also based on inverse square law. Means F is inversely proportional to R square. What is Coulomb's law? F is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon Q1, Q2 divided by R square. F or R square, how they are inversely. Similarly, our Gauss law is also based on inverse square law. Let us see how. This is what we discussed yesterday. Phi is equal to E summation of delta S. What is E? 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon Q by R square. What is E delta S? Surface area of the sphere. What is E delta S? Surface area of the sphere. This is R square, this R square get cancelled, 4 pi get cancelled. Finally we got, what we got finally? Finally we got phi is equal to Q divided by epsilon naught. Phi is equal to Q divided by epsilon naught. Which law? Gauss law. कौन सा law मिला हमारे को? Gauss law. Suppose instead of this R square, suppose you take R cube, Instead of r square you take r cube. At that time they will cancel, or you have 1 by r. You have 1 by r. This means, is it able to get Gauss law? Are we able to get Gauss law? No. Why? ये 1 by r square ही लेना. 1 by r square लिए तो ही 1 by r square, q by r square लिए तो ही हमारे को क्या आ रहा? Gauss law आ रहा. That's why we are saying Gauss law is based on inverse square law. Why? Why? Because see, what is E? Electric field. When F is proportional to 1 by r square, similarly E is also proportional to r square, 1 by r square. Force is inversely proportional to square of the distance. Similarly, electric field is also inversely proportional to square of the distance. यहाँ पे sphere बोले तो क्या था? Radius. Sphere means what here? Radius. E is inversely proportional to r square. F is also inversely proportional to r square. That's why Gauss law is based on inverse square law. Means 1 by r square, q by r square रहे तो ही हमारे को Gauss law मिल रहे, नहीं तो नहीं मिल रहे. Suppose you take q by r cube or q by r4, at that time are you able to get Gauss law? No, not at all possible. ये q by r square रहे तो ही means 1 by r square denominator में रहे तो ही हमारे को Gauss law मिल रहा. Here r square should present in denominator. That's why we are getting denominator means directly or inverse. Inverse. That's why we are saying Gauss law is based on inverse square law. If inverse square law is violated, then Gauss law also violates. अगर Coulomb's law पर्टिकुलर सरफेस के लिए वैलिड नहीं है, then Gauss law is also invalid. Okay? जब Coulomb's law holds good नहीं है, then Gauss law also holds good. Any violation in the inverse square law definitely leads violation in Gauss law. Any violation in inverse square law definitely leads in violation in Gauss law. That's what Gauss law is based on inverse square law. The meaning is what? This one, divided by r square ही रहना. Divided by क्या रहना? R square ही रहना. Divided by r square रहे तो ही हमारे को Gauss law मिल रहे, नहीं तो नहीं मिल रहे. 1 by r cube रहे तो मिलता क्या हमारे को? नहीं मिलता. 1 by r square है बोल के हमारे को क्या मिल रहा है? Gauss law. That's why we are saying F is inversely proportional to r square. E is also inversely proportional to r square. That's why Gauss law is based on. ये arrive करते टाइम based on कैसा है? Based on inverse square law. Now let us go to 7th point. 7th point, you see what we are discussing. We are discussing important points on Gauss law. What we are discussing? We are discussing important points on Gauss law. See, Gaussian surface. What is Gaussian surface? The surface chosen for application of Gauss law. Gaussian surface can pass through a continuous charge distribution. Gaussian surface can pass through a continuous charge distribution. Maybe linear charge density, maybe surface charge density, maybe volume charge density. That's what we call continuous charge distribution. Linear कब आता? Straight wire के लिए. Surface कब आता? Thin plane sheet. Volume charge density कब आता? Spherical conductor. Gaussian surface can pass through a continuous charge distribution. These are the 7 points you have to remember with respect to Gauss law. Let us go for one CET point. Total electric flux through a closed surface enclosing an electric dipole is 0. Suppose you want to apply Gauss law for electric dipole. How much is electric flux? 0. Why? Net charge. How much is the net charge? Net charge plus Q minus Q get cancelled, 0. Therefore phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. 0 by epsilon naught is 0. That's what we said. Total electric flux through a closed surface enclosing an electric dipole is 0. Dipole में क्या रहते हैं? Plus Q minus Q रहते हैं. What is net charge? 0. When charge is 0, flux is also 0. That's what our discussion from previous class. When charge is 0, then flux through that surface is also 0. Now we discuss Gauss law. Where practically we are applying. हम Gauss law discuss करें. Practically कहाँ पे apply कर रहे हैं? That's what our heading. Applications of Gauss law. Applications of Gauss law. Practically where we are applying Gauss law. Applications of Gauss law. The first application, we have 3 applications for our syllabus. We have how many applications are many. In that we are going to discuss only 3. बहुत सारे applications है. In that we are going to discuss only 3. These all are the applications of Gauss law. The first application, electric field due to an infinitely long straight uniformly charged wire. We are applying Gauss law to determine the electric field due to an infinitely long straight uniformly charged wire. हम गॉस लॉ अप्लाई कर रहे हैं क्या करने के लिए? टू डिटरमाइन द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. किसके? टू डिटरमाइन द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू एन infinitely long straight uniformly charged wire. Long straight uniformly charged wire, there we are applying linear charge density. What we are applying? Linear charge density. The first application of Gauss law to determine the electric field due to an infinitely long straight uniformly charged wire. This is the first application. Now what is second application? To determine the electric field due to a uniformly charged infinite plane sheet. To determine the electric field due to a uniformly charged infinite plane sheet. Infinitely plane sheet means surface charge density we are using. Which charge density? Surface charge density we are using. This is the second application. There also we are determining electric field. The third application, most important application. These all are the derivations. They will ask for 5 marks. How many marks they will ask? They will ask for 5 marks. ये derivation के कितने marks के लिए? 5 marks के लिए है. What is the last derivation? Electric field due to a uniformly charged spherical shell. What is its another name? Spherical shell or spherical conductor, meaning are same. You can say spherical shell, you can say spherical conductor, meaning is same. To determine the electric field due to a uniformly charged spherical shell. Why you said uniformly charged spherical shell? Their electric field is uniform or non-uniform? Spherical conductor में electric field uniform रहते हैं, non-uniform रहते हैं. That is uniform electric field. To determine the electric field due to a uniformly charged spherical shell, that is the third application of Gauss law. In all these three applications, we are determining electric field. The first case, infinitely long straight wire. Second thing, uniformly charged infinite plane sheet. Third one is uniformly charged spherical shell. ये तीनों में हम क्या कर रहे हैं? इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड डिटरमाइन कर रहे हैं by using Gauss law. That's what we call applications of Gauss law. फर्स्ट केस में इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड डिटरमाइन कर रहे हैं किसका? इनफाइनाइटली लॉन्ग स्ट्रेट यूनिफॉर्मली चार्ज वायर. दैट्स व्हाई देयर लीनियर चार्ज डेंसिटी. सेकंड में क्या करें? इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड डिटरमाइन कर रहे हैं किसका? यूनिफॉर्मली चार्ज इनफाइनाइट प्लेन शीट बाय यूजिंग सरफेस चार्ज डेंसिटी. थर्ड में इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड डिटरमाइन कर रहे हैं किसका? ड्यू टू ए यूनिफॉर्मली चार्ज स्फेरिकल शेल. देयर वी आर यूजिंग वॉल्यूम चार्ज डेंसिटी. वहां पे क्या होता है? वॉल्यूम चार्ज डेंसिटी यूज करते हैं. So these are all the applications of Gauss law. So in coming classes we will go for these three derivations. 1, 2, 3. Each derivation they will ask for how many marks? 5 marks. Okay. So in coming classes next we will go for these three derivations one by one. Okay. Just concentrate entire thing.